Eloise Greenfield, a presentation by Noel McWilliams. Eloise was born May 17, 1929, in North Carolina. When she was an infant, her and her family moved to Washington, D.C. in the north in order for her dad to have a better job so that they could afford to live. Her interests as a child were music, movies, and books, interests that continued into her adulthood. As an adult, she worked as a clerk typist at a U.S. patent office in Washington, D.C. She found satisfaction in her writing. She published her first poem in 1962 in the Hartford Times, and her first book she published in 1972. All in all, Eloise Greenfield has authored more than 40 children's books. The genres of these books include poetry, biography, picture, and older fiction. 3 of her books are How They Got Over African Americans in the Call of the Sea, The Great Migration, Journey to the North, and Honey, I Love You, and Other Love Poems, all 3 of which I have read for this presentation. Her style of writing has been described as realistic. In most of the stories, the father and the mother are working hard to provide for the family, and the children have a very positive outlook on life. She wants her readers to celebrate their heritage, relationships, family solidarity, joys, and the turmoils of life. These are some of the interpretations of her works that I have found. In her works, she focuses on very personal stories. While they're also historical, she really wants people to understand how people felt personally through all of the trials that they went through. She didn't sugarcoat many things. She, in fact, made it very apparent that they struggled and went through turmoil and went through pain during their time as slaves or coming out of slavery. She was a very passionate writer as well. You can tell in the words that she writes that she is just extremely passionate about what she writes and about the stories of these people. And she writes all of her stories with overcoming tones. And what I mean by that is that in all of her books, in all of the different stories that she has in her books, there's hope at the end of all of the stories. She doesn't just leave you like a cliffhanger where there's just death and destruction kind of a thing. She brings hope into it, even in the midst of the turmoil and the tragedy. She stated that her personal mission is twofold. She wants to contribute to the development of a larger body of African American literature for children, and she also wants to continue to fill her life with the joy of creating with words. I believe that these are amazing personal missions. In order to continue to develop the larger body of the African American literature, you have to write the African American literature. And she focuses on children's books, and she does a wonderful, wonderful job of illustrating the emotions in a way that children will understand. These are just some of her achievements: the Virginia Hamilton Literary Award, the Coretta Scott King Author Award, the Award of Excellence from Washington, D.C., branch of the National Writing Project, the Milner Award, the Hope S. Dean Award from the Foundation for Children's Literature, and the NCTE Award for Excellence in Poetry for Children. Since these are just a few of them, I would be amazed to find out the multiple other awards that she's won for her writing. And it's no surprise that she's won these many awards. From just reading a few of her books, I've noticed how amazingly talented she is, and honestly, how passionate she is about the subject that she's writing about. And these are my references, along with the 3 books that I mentioned earlier. Thank you for watching.